Hi, I'm your sewing sis Yolanda, and I'm back with another tutorial. And today I am working on a romper for my daughter. It's a 18 to 24 months to romper, and it's by Oh Me Oh My Sewing. So I'm gonna give this a try, and at the end I will tell you a hack that I might end up trying with it. So stay tuned. Okay, again, we are doing a pattern by Oh Me Oh My Sewing. Again, it's for my daughter. So I cut out the romper back already, and it comes with the plackets. Um, let's see, and then it comes with a sleeve, a short sleeve. And this pattern also comes in pants, but I'm doing the short version. And I am adding a tutu skirt to it. After I see it, how it fits on my daughter, I didn't really see if it was a fitted piece or a looser romper. So once I find that out, I will be able to may or may not add a skirt piece to it. And I got this skirt piece from another pattern. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but I will be sure to bring it up. So I got the front romper and the back romper. So it's already been, my pattern has already been cut out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on it. So the pattern is telling me to um, sew up the shoulder seams, and if I'm not mistaken, all the seams will be in at 3/8 of an inch. I'll be using the serger on it, but of course you can use a zigzag stitch. So we're gonna go ahead and serge this at 3/8 of an inch, and then we will work on the neckline. So the pattern suggests that you go to the iron, and fold it in half to place a crease. I'm not gonna do that because I have really stretchy fabric. So I mean, I don't think it would even hold a crease anyway. But just for the viewers, for you guys, the pattern does suggest that you fold it right sides together and add that crease. After that, you're going to, which is where I'm picking up at, you're going to sew the neckline, and I'm sorry, this is the neckline. The ends, you're going to sew them in at 3/8 of an inch, and I'm just going to do this with a regular straight stitch. So after sewing that seam together, you'll end up with it looking like so. Like so. Alright, so what you're going to do is wrong sides together, you're going to fold it in half. And I think this is, well, I'm sure this is where the crease will come in handy if you have a fabric that accepts creases. Because with this type of material, for me, I feel like it's going to be equally difficult or challenging, or however you want to put it, to make it stay. So I am going to attach this neckline to the body of the romper, and I'll use the center point as my back of romper. So I will show you what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and attach the romper. So when you're doing it, you want to do the middle back first, which is where that will be placed. Then you're going to stretch it, well, not stretch it, but equal the equal side. You're just going to go halfway point to the front, and then you'll do the sides equally across, and I will show you what that looks like in a moment. So here is my neckline attached. As you see, I got 4 clips. You can use pins if you would like. These clips are easier for me. So there's my center back, my center front clip, and then my 2 side clips. I only use 4 clips. Some people use more, some people use less. So I'm going to sew this neckline down with the serger. And we're going to do this at I think 3/8 of an inch. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it'll be 3/8 of an inch. So I finished the neckline. Looks pretty good. And you know what? When I first started sewing necklines, armholes, I despised. So I did it with the serger. Came out pretty good. Your next step will be to iron the seam allowance down so it'll lay flat. The directions didn't say so, but if you want to, you can easily put a like a stitch that's close to the edge to help if your seam allowance is, you know, stiff and sticking up. You can help lay it down. You can put a seam a stitch right below the seam to help that seam allowance lie down. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to turn this bodice or romper inside out, and we're going to sew down the side seams. So my side seams are done. Got them done on each side, still inside out. The next thing the pattern calls for is to the sleeve, the short sleeve. So what I'm going to do is so let me show you. Gonna be right sides together. I'll fold it in half, and we are going to do a 3/8 of another 3/8 of the seam on each shoulder sleeve. Okay, so now we got our seam, our 3/8 seam in both of our shoulder sleeves or short sleeves. The pattern tells us to flip the sleeves inside out or right side out, like so. While we have the romper still on still with right sides together. So what we're going to do is put the sleeve. We're going to match the seams, and you want your seam. If your seam is supposed to be at the bottom of the romper, so you want that seam to be against the body, the bodice or body part of the romper. So I will show you how it should look pinned together. Okay, so I got my shoulder pinned in, and the right sides are together. So make sure you flip over, well, make sure your sleeve is on the right sides out before you slip it into the romper. And I thought I should mention that on this pattern, it has notches for the sleeves, so again, basically to make sure you have the sleeve turned the right way, and to make sure that the fabric is evenly distributed. So I'm going to go ahead and sew these shoulders on. So I can't tell you how long it's been since I've sewn any sleeves, because yeah, I think the last time I sewed some sleeves was something for me. I just despise sleeves, and everything I have made my daughter coming up for the summer has been tank tops and sleeveless. So not too shabby. I got the sleeves added on. Let me turn it on the right side so you can see exactly what it looks like. Alright, so this is where we are so far. And this is such a pretty fabric, and let me tell you, I got this from actually it was a car seat cover for my daughter that doubled as a nursing shirt or cover. So I feel so bad giving away stuff that people had given me, especially from the baby showers. I'm not sure if I got this. I'm pretty sure somebody gave me this for the baby shower before she was born. So I was like, such a cute pattern, no stretch in it, and I said, why not just make it into a romper? So let me figure out the next step, and I will come back. Okay, so um, probably should have read this pattern because before I got started, actually, I'm just going through it as I'm making the video. So um, we are about to pin. We turned the sleeves under, well, the end of the sleeve under about I think it was yes, a half an inch. And then it's going to call for a double needle. So we're going to stitch along the edges here. Um, and like I said, if I would have read the pattern beforehand, I probably would have just serged the edges and do a single stitch around the armhole. But I'm going to go by the pattern and do it their way. So I didn't do nothing to the raw edges, but fold them in a half an inch and then pin them down, and I'm going to attach my double needle and go from there. Okay, so I have sewn down the sleeves. So that's what a double needle looks like. So and sewing something with it. But yeah, let me see what the next step is, and we'll go from there. So our next step was to iron our interfacing to our fabric, and they asked us to only do two of the three pieces like that. After that, you want to transfer your markings for where you will be placing the snap. So here, 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 and here. So you'll be, I guess, placing those marks like that. Just poke a hole through it, and that should get you on your way. Okay, so after we ironed the interfacing on, they had asked us to, on only one of the plackets, to serge the outer edge of the placket, and then we are to pin it to the front of the romper. And we're going to sew this down. We're going to have it from the inside here. We're going to sew it in on the inside 1/4 of an inch in. So that'll be what we do next. Okay, so I got a little bit ahead of myself. So I did end up doing sewing in the inner part of that placket. So after I did that, I snipped around the I snipped it like so on the inside of here in order to flip it to the inside. So I turned it into the inside of the romper. So it was on the outside, and I flipped it inside the romper, and then I stitched within that serged or zigzag footed area. So zipping. So now that is attached, and then I have a the stitch line, as you can see it on the outside. Okay, so after I had done that, the remaining two plackets. So I had the placket side that had the interfacing on it. Then I, with right sides together, I added the other side. Well, attached the other side, and then I had did a straight stitch along the edge at 1/4 of an inch. So the next thing I'm going to do is turn it right side out. Of course, after you clip your circumference or your outer edges. So now we got this piece here. So this is what it would look like after you turn it around. Okay, after I had turned it to the right side, I went ahead and did a top stitch on the edge of the placket. So it's folded together. So the next thing I'm going to do is attach it to the back side. I'll attach it to the back side of the back side of the right side romper. So I'll show you how that look in a moment. So here's the back side of the romper. And what I did was attach the placket to the wrong side. And what I'm going to do is just sew in 1/4 of an inch on the inside. And I will show you what that looks like once it's done. Okay, so I failed to mention that it said to use a stretch stitch. I did not use a stretch stitch. I used a regular straight stitch, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. So this is what it looks like. And the next thing we're going to do is fold it in to the inside. And the instructions I read and read and read, and it did not say anything about adding a top stitch to it, but that's what I am going to do. And if, as we continue on, if I find out there was a reason, you will find out with me. But from now, I'm going to fold it in, and they say you can give it a press with your iron. But I'm going to give it a top stitch to make me feel a little better. So I'm going to come back with my top stitch, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so if something doesn't feel right, I'm not sure, am I doing this right or not, but I went ahead and top stitched that down so it would lay flat. So the back end has been top stitched down. The next thing it wants us to do is to go ahead with that back side. You're going to go ahead and transfer your snap dots for to put the snap. You go ahead and transfer those onto that placket of the back side of the romper. And then after you've done that, the next thing we're going to do is, I think it said we are going to draw a line 3/4 of the way on the leg, so up. So we're going to do this on the outside, so 3/4 of the way up, because what's going to happen, we'll end up folding this in, and if I'm not mistaken, they're going to use another, we're going to end up using the twin needle again, and I will come back and show you what that looks like. Having the 3/4 line up and folded under, and I'm going to pin it down, and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, I'm back. So I got my legs pinned up 3/4 of an inch. And I use this gauge here. If you don't have one, I would highly recommend getting one. I don't know, I think Walmart has it, and Hobby Lobby's where what I have nearby. Excuse me. So it comes in centimeters and inches. So at the 3/4 mark, I fold it over just to make sure I got an accurate reading. So this is what I used, but right now we are going to attach my twin needle, and we're going to sew in a 1/2 inch with the twin needle. So I'll get back to you and show you what that looks like. Alright, so I got that sewn down. It looks like so. And I think the reason why with the back part of the romper they didn't ask that you this is the front, the back part, they didn't ask you to top stitch it down, is because you would have folded this down anyway and stitched to finish off the leg. So that might have been the reason why, but I think that little bit of extra tapering, laying down. This helps me out. So I think the next, if not the last step, is just to put on the snap. So let's see. Hi guys, I found out that I made a huge mistake on the back of the placket. Apparently there was a reason why we wasn't going to sew this down. So I'm going to have to take this loose and go back and adjust it because I can't get my snaps to stay in the place there because I guess the thickness of it. So I'm going to adjust that. But other than that, the romper is complete. So I will be probably adding a clip to the end of this video because the son is out of school and the daughter is very energized. So I will not probably be able to finish this today as far as adjusting it. So I'm going to come back in another clip explaining what I had to do to fix the back placket. And basically, though, the thing is done. The romper is done. So this is an oh me, oh my romper. So this is the back. This is the front. So like I said, it's basically complete, but I have to let you know what I did to that back placket. Hi guys. So I finished with this romper the snaps at the bottom. Found out that my problem was it was too thick on the end, so I had to go in and debulk. And sorry, my kids are doing the most. So at the end of the day, the romper is done. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I will even go as far as if you guys wanted to, we can do a sew along and I can make another one. But yeah, this is it. Thank you guys for joining me on this sewing adventure. So remember, this is the Oh Me, Oh My romper. So you can go on that website and check it out. Thank you so much.